The city of Lagos had many rich men, but none as powerful as Chief Damien Okoye. He was a billionaire, known for his flashy lifestyle, expensive cars, and luxurious parties. People bowed when they saw him, not just because of his money but because of the fear he carried. His businesses controlled oil, real estate, and banking. He was unstoppable. His mansion in Banana Island was a palace, with marble floors, golden chandeliers, and servants running around. He lived like a king. His wife Clara was just as proud as he was. Their only son Jason had everything at his fingertips: private schools, designer clothes, and sports cars. But Jason was rude, arrogant, and heartless. He saw workers as nothing but trash. The arrogance of wealth. "Move out of my way, idiot," Jason barked at the driver one morning. The poor man, Musa, was only trying to open the car door for him. "Sorry, sir," Musa said, bowing quickly. Jason rolled his eyes. "I don't need your sorry. Just do your job, you fool." It wasn't just Musa. Jason treated all the house staff like dirt. The cook, Madame Ebel, had once served him a meal a minute late, and he had thrown the food on the floor, yelling, "You should be cooking for pigs, not for me." The workers whispered among themselves. "One day this boy will learn," Musa muttered. A shocking announcement. One evening, Chief Damien called a family meeting. His face was tight, and he rubbed his forehead as he sat down. Clara and Jason sat across from him, unaware of the storm about to hit them. "I have bad news," he began. "The government has seized my assets. Our bank accounts are frozen. The company is bankrupt." Silence. Clara blinked. "What do you mean? What happened?" "The oil business collapsed. The investors pulled out. We are drowning in debt." Jason scoffed. "That's impossible, Dad. We are rich. You always fix things." Chief Damien sighed heavily. "Not this time. We have to sell the house. We will be moving to a small apartment." Jason jumped to his feet. "What? No way. I can't live like a poor man." "We have no choice," Chief Damien said firmly. "The fall begins." The news spread fast. The great Chief Damien Okoye was ruined. Friends disappeared overnight. People who used to bow when they saw him now laughed behind his back. The house staff started leaving one by one. Musa, Madame Ebel, and the rest of the workers had to find new jobs. The luxury cars sold. The designer clothes. The mansion taken by the bank. Within weeks, the Okoye family moved to a small, old apartment in Surulere. The air smelled different. The floors were rough, not the smooth marble Jason was used to. Worst of all, there were no servants. "Where is the cook?" Jason asked in frustration. Clara sighed. "Jason, we can't afford one anymore. We have to cook our own food." Jason scoffed. "Me? Cook? Never." Chief Damien, once the mighty billionaire, now sat quietly in the corner, staring into space. Reality hits hard. The next morning, Jason woke up hungry. He opened the fridge. Me. No fresh juice, no yogurt, no grilled chicken, just plain bread and water. "Mom," he called. "There's nothing to eat." Clara, who had never cooked a meal in her life, struggled with a pot of rice. The kitchen smelled of burnt food. Jason almost gagged. "This is disgusting," he shouted. "Then cook for yourself." Clara snapped. Jason stormed out of the apartment. He walked through the noisy streets, feeling out of place. The heat was unbearable, and for the first time in his life, he realized he had never walked long distances before. People pushed past him. Nobody recognized him. Nobody cared who he was. At a small roadside restaurant, he saw Musa, the driver he had once insulted. Musa was laughing with some friends over a plate of steaming jollof rice. Jason hesitated. He was starving. But how could he ask Musa for food? Would Musa even help him? Jason stood frozen watching Musa eat. His stomach growled, but his pride held him back. How could he, the son of a billionaire, ask a mere driver for help? Musa looked up and spotted Jason standing awkwardly nearby. He raised an eyebrow then smirked. "Ah, Oga Jason," Musa called out. "What are you doing here?" Jason hesitated. He could feel the eyes of Musa's friends on him. He swallowed hard. "Just passing by." Musa chuckled. "You sure? You look hungry." He gestured at the extra plate of rice in front of him. "You can join us." Jason clenched his fists. "Eat with Musa." "Never." "I'm fine," Jason muttered and walked away quickly. But he wasn't fine. The hunger clawed at his stomach, and the smell of the food lingered in his nose. He had never known hunger like this before. Struggles at home. When Jason returned home, his mother was sitting on the floor, her face buried in her hands. Chief Damien sat in silence, staring at the peeling paint on the walls. Clara looked up at Jason, her eyes red. "Jason, I don't know how to live like this," she said in a shaky voice. "The bills are piling up. I went to see some of my friends today. Nobody wants to help us." Jason frowned. "What about Auntie Gloria? She's rich." Clara scoffed bitterly. "She acted like she didn't even know me. People don't want to associate with failures." Jason's stomach twisted. He had always thought they had real friends, people who admired them, respected them. But now it was clear. They only respected money, not the Okoye family. A hard lesson. The next morning Jason woke up early. He had made up his mind. He needed to find a way to survive. He couldn't sit around and starve. He decided to go to one of his father's former business partners, Mr. Adegbite. Surely the man would help him. Jason arrived at the large office building in Victoria Island, only to be stopped at the gate. "I'm here to see Mr. Adegbite," Jason announced. The security guard frowned. "Do you have an appointment?" Jason scoffed. "I don't need one. Tell him Jason Okoye is here." The guard made a call, then turned back to Jason. "Oga said he's busy." Jason's face burned with embarrassment. "Tell him it's urgent." The guard sighed, called again, then shook his head. "Oga said he doesn't want visitors." Jason stood there stunned. The same Mr. Adegbite who once attended their lavish parties, who laughed loudly at his father's jokes, now refused to see him. Slowly, Jason turned and walked away. For the first time in his life he felt small. Jason walked through the busy streets of Lagos, his mind spinning. The heat was unbearable, and the noise of honking cars and shouting traders made his head pound. He had never felt so lost. For the first time in his life, he understood what it meant to be powerless. No money, no respect, no one willing to help. His father's fall had dragged them all down, and now he had a choice. Keep pretending he was still the rich boy he used to be, or learn how to survive in this new life. Swallowing pride. His stomach growled again. He had no choice. He turned back and walked toward the small roadside restaurant where he had seen Musa the day before. Musa was still there, wiping down a table. When he saw Jason, he raised an eyebrow. "Oga Jason, you're back." Jason cleared his throat. "Musa, I..." The words felt heavy in his mouth, but he forced them out. "I need your help." Musa looked at him for a moment, then pulled out a chair. "Sit." Jason sat down stiffly, feeling every eye in the restaurant on him. Musa called for a plate of food and pushed it toward Jason. "Eat." Jason hesitated for a second, then picked up the spoon. He hadn't realized how weak he was until the first bite of rice hit his tongue. He ate quickly, swallowing without even chewing properly. Musa chuckled. "Slow down, Oga. Nobody is dragging the food with you." When Jason finally looked up, his eyes were filled with shame. "Musa, I treated you badly. I treated everyone badly." Musa shrugged. "That was your old life. What matters now is what you do with your new life." Jason nodded. He had been cruel, but now he knew what it felt like to be on the other side. A new beginning. That evening, Jason returned home to find his father sitting outside their apartment, staring at the street. "Dad," Jason said, sitting beside him. "What do we do now?" Chief Damien sighed. I spent my life chasing wealth, thinking money made me powerful. But I never built real friendships, real loyalty. Now, when I have nothing, nobody stands by me. He turned to Jason. Son, don't make the same mistake I did. Jason nodded. He had already learned the hard way. I want to work, Dad. I don't want to beg or pretend anymore. I want to start again. Chief Damien smiled weakly. Then let's do it together. 1 year later. The Okoye family never regained their billionaire status, but they found something even more valuable: strength, humility, and real relationships. Jason got a job as an assistant in a small business, learning the value of hard work. His father, though no longer powerful, started a small consulting firm, slowly rebuilding his life. And as for Musa, he and Jason became good friends. One day, Jason met a young boy who reminded him of his old self, proud, arrogant, and entitled. Jason smiled and gave the boy the same advice Musa had once given him. Your old life doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with your new life.